Worked extensively across South Asia, Africa, and Southeast Asia, supporting governments and institutions in designing and implementing large-scale agricultural and rural development programs. His work spans agriculture policy reform, inclusive value chain development, climate-smart agriculture, market system strengthening, and rural economic diversification. Sir, we are very fortunate to have you with us, sir. So now I request you to address the gathering, sir, please.
Good morning to all. Honourable Minister of Agriculture, Government of Karnataka, distinguished guests, Dr. Guides, and all participants. It's a great honour for me to be here representing the World Bank, and it's a fantastic opportunity for us to come together. I would like to start off by congratulating the Honourable Minister for the tremendous progress made by the Government of Karnataka. As you rightly said, the state of Karnataka is a lighthouse for watershed treatment and rehabilitation, and thank you for your efforts. I think it's great that you are here today because, of course, when we talk about watersheds and watershed restoration, we're doing this to support agriculture and to support the farmers within the state and within the country. So it's very important that we make the links between the watershed department and the agriculture department to ensure the maximum benefit of everything we do. So it's very good for the World Bank to be here. The World Bank has been a long-term partner with the Government of India in its journey on watersheds, going back several decades. We've had a series of interventions at the national level, but also across many states, not just Karnataka and Odisha, which are in this program, but also with Himachal, Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, and we'll be hearing about some of those experiences as we proceed with the next few days. So, why the World Bank is excited to be a part of this, and what we aim to do in our partnership with government at both the national and state level is to enable the authorities to push the envelope in terms of what we do in this space. The World Bank is able to draw upon an international body of knowledge, of good practice. One of the reasons we're here today is to learn from experiences around the world and to see how these can be brought to bear in India. There's always a lot to learn. The World Bank is proud to be your partner on this journey to help you do that. Also, we're able to pull in partners from around the world, and in our close working relationships, it's good to have ICRISAT represented here today with other global partners. We need to come together around this critical agenda for India and for the world. So in terms of our work on watersheds and how this has evolved over the decades, of course, when we were first engaged in India, but also in China, we'll be learning about China before, we'll be learning about Ethiopia and other countries as well. The focus used to be more on infrastructure, getting the infrastructure right, building the water harvesting facilities, terracing. That was like the first generation, but we moved a long way since then. I think what's becoming critical for us is, firstly, getting the planning system right, and to enable not just the government, the authorities, but enabling farmers to make decisions based on reliable data. Secondly, and one of the things which will come out strongly, I hope, in 2-3 days of deliberations is the opportunities around digitization. We are going through some revolutionary changes in technology and the applications of IT, not least in artificial intelligence. And this provides tremendous opportunities. And again, the World Bank is trying to help and support governments in releasing the power of these technologies to impress on the watershed agenda. Thirdly, working on getting institutions right. It's very good. I was learning a little bit about the Centre of Excellence here in Karnataka. How we support the coming together of different related disciplines to provide the top-notch support to programs such as the KSY. And finally, bringing the community into the picture. These initiatives and reward is a good example of it. They can only be successful when the community is heavily involved in both the planning but also the implementation and also the continued operation and maintenance of the system. So again, it's a great pleasure for me to be at this conference. I think it's around 3 years ago, I was in Bengaluru at the launch of Reward. We then had a room with even more people in it there, with a lot of farmer representatives. It's a great occasion. And there we had a lot of hope about the future, a hope about how Reward would evolve. And so it's fantastic to be here again 3 years later, where we have an opportunity to reflect, to learn about the achievements of Reward. We'll learn about the achievements in other programs as well. And to see now how we can go to the next generation. I know there is discussions around the next phase or the next program support to the PM KSY. Put our minds together, we can help to take that forward. So I'd like to congratulate the organisers for putting this together. I think this is a fantastic opportunity. We need to come together because the challenges remain. I mean, we can celebrate our successes, but we have to acknowledge that in India and indeed globally, a significant amount of soils remain degraded. There are increasing pressures from changes in climate. We have to recognize that sometimes the policy incentives are not necessarily supporting improved watershed. We need to recognize that to have successful and sustainable interventions on watershed management needs a number of institutions to come together. So there are challenges there, but also, as I said earlier, tremendous opportunities in terms of technologies coming up, in terms of the private sector getting more engaged, in terms of new models of policy and institutions. So remain very optimistic about the future. And with that, I'd like to conclude my comments. Looking forward to a fantastic couple of days of deliberations. I hope everyone stays engaged. I mean, we're all here to learn. We're all here to make connections and take this agenda forward. So thank you and good luck.